Hello everyone. Hope you're having a great day or night. I hope the audio I'm doing right now will translate for you all. I hope you all enjoy my videos as I'm doing something new every time I make one. If you watch my videos and have no idea what I'm saying because you can't read, here it is. I'm a YouTuber that makes the Pride Isle Sanatorium video shifts every Friday. I don't ask for likes or subs and comments as well, so feel free to enjoy my videos. I will now be starting the video. This will be a tour video to show you where everything is in the game. See you in the video. Let's head inside and go to the left. When you first come in, you want to grab a uniform of any color you like. The uniforms will give you access such as food for breakfast and dinner, and also assistance. Now let's head to the room across this room. This is the medical area. In here you can ask for medical treatments such as healing, surgery and hydrotherapy, which is lice treatment. For any of these treatments, you must have a uniform, then ask the nurses at the desk behind me for assistance. For healing you must sit here, so that way a nurse can heal you. This is the hydrotherapy room. Once you enter this room, you must give the pass back to the nurse before the treatment begins. Now let's move on to the place you see when you first enter. This is the front desk, or simply call it the foyer. Here you can ask questions, or need assistance with finding something, or any answers. These are the dorms. Here is where you go when it's about to be nighttime. There will be a timer, so you know when it's bedtime. Or at morning. Come here if you need energy. Here are the patient bathing quarters. They are right next to the dorms. If you have a bucket from cleaning dirt, come here and refill it with clean water again. That way you can continue cleaning dirt again. The place where you refill your hygiene is next to that plant over there. Here is the bunker. This is the place to go if there is an emergency. If there is one, there will be a timer below on the left side of your screen. Once the timer is up, the bunker will close. The bunker can also be used for an activity to direct you where to go and what happens. But it rarely happens for a bunker activity. Now let's move on to the place beside the bunker. These are the things you might find inside. Here is the therapy room. Someone might host this activity if they want to be picked to go inside the door behind me. You must be seated in uniform and say me. Once you're picked and go inside the room, a nurse will ask you what's wrong, and you talk about your problems. Once the activity is over, you and other patients will be told to get out of the room. Here is the place where you go to the playground. A nurse will host it, and you can just simply play around and chat with friends. Once the activity is over, you will be told to exit out of the area, and you can play again another time. Here is the area where surgery is done for patients, and also patients and nurses are allowed to watch, but only if the nurses aren't too busy. But they will always be, unfortunately. Here is where surgery is done by the nurse, and you by yourselves in this room. That way it won't be so crowded, and also not so distracting for you and the nurse. If you asked for surgery, I hope you will have a great time with the nurse that is treating you inside the room. Patients can still watch you, but they can't get too close to you now. Instead, they will be watching your surgery at an open window. Let me show you where it is, so that way you can watch a surgery from a patient, or watch your friend have a surgery. Let's go and see. Here is the window I was talking about. You can watch anyone getting a surgery in this room. Now let's keep moving with the tour. Here is the hydrotherapy room I was talking about. Unfortunately, it's broken, so there is a lice war. When you enter the room with a pass, you will have to lay down at one of these tubs. Once you lay down, the nurse that is doing your treatment will ask for the pass back. Once you give them the pass, they will start the treatment process to get rid of your lice. Here is the place where shipment arrives at 12 p.m. sharp. Behind me, there is a clock, but I have no idea what it means, unfortunately. Once shipment arrives, make sure not to stand at the middle of the balcony, as that is where it lands. You will be perished if you do. Now let's wait for a bit before we continue the tour, as I want some bottles of holy water. Here is the place where a nurse hosts yoga or meditation. Meditation might be a little different, as a nurse can decide if they want to do regular meditation or the one where you go into your mind. If they decide the one to go into your mind, they will tell you to say meditate. It will make you sit down, and once the humming finishes, you will go into each other's minds. I won't spoil it, so you'll have to wait and see. This is the lecture hall. In here, a nurse can host an activity based on what it is. It can also be for distribution for when shipment arrives. Simply what you do is sit down in uniform and stop doing the prayer emote to receive some holy water from one of the nurses. Now let's wait for distribution to be over, so we can continue the tour. In here is the library. Sadly, you won't be able to get a book to read in here. But a nurse can host a story time for patients to listen to the nurse read. You sit down at one of these colorful pillows if you want to join in for story time. Simply type, chill sit, or meditate, if you want to sit down on a pillow. Here is the room where you get a broom, bucket, or repairing tools for a door. The bucket and a repairing tools box is on my left, while the broom is on my right. Now let's move on. Here is the patient kitchen behind me. In here you can wash your plate at a sink, then put it at a cabinet once it's clean. You can also bake some cupcakes by grabbing ingredients near the sink. Then go to a station to begin your progress. Here is the staff kitchen across from the patient's kitchen. The nurses make some delicious food for you all to eat during breakfast and dinner. Just make sure you are wearing a uniform. If you're hungry and it isn't breakfast or dinner yet, you can still ask a nurse to give you some food, even if it isn't during meal times. Here is the dining hall. You come here when meal times are about to begin serving by the nurses. Once meal times start, you must be seated in a uniform to receive some food. If you are premium, honored, or a nurse, and etc., you are able to sit at the golden table. At the golden table, you will be served first. Now let's keep going. Some of you been here already, which is the cells area. In here you are brought if you were naughty during the daytime or the nighttime. During the night when us nurses patrol, those who are up in the dorms still roaming will be brought here. Delusions. Those who decided to roam around outside of the dorms at midnight will be brought into the cells as well. Make sure to not be naughty darlings. Here is the capital. In here only certain activities can be hosted here. Make sure to not play around, as this area isn't a playground. You must remain seated until you are told to stand up. Now let's move on to the next place of our tour. Here is the garden. In here you can plant strawberries. But first you must make a pot and get some manure, which is used for soil. Look how beautiful the garden is. Here are the things you get for planting your strawberries. You will need to get a shovel, watering can, basket, and strawberry seeds. Now that you have gotten your small shovel, come over here to get your fertilizer, which was made of manure. But first I want to talk about the pots. Once you make a pot, simply put it here. Now, if you want to get your fertilizer, you must pull out your shovel and press Get Fertilizer. For the straw fertilizer, you must get some manure first. Moving on to the pottery studio. In order to get your pot, you must get your clay first. Once you get your clay, mold it at a station. Once you've done that, put it at the fire pit to harden it. And now you go to another station to color it. Let me go ahead and show you where the clay is first. The clay is here while the mold stations are beside the boxes. You are always free to come here as many times as you like to make a pot, and then make some strawberries. I will be helping my siblings a bit now, as it is almost night time. We will continue the tour outside at morning. After helping my siblings with serving, I decided to make some cupcakes for the outside tour. I went to the staff kitchen to give food to a patient that was quite hungry. Now that it is morning, I can now show you the outside. This is the Holy Tilhing. This is where your generous self donates to make the game have more developments in the future. Here is the Holy Shop. You can come here to buy things or click the button at the top of your screen that says Shop with a shopping cart. You can buy things that are useful, such as the watch and perfume. Now let's head to the lake. Oh, I forgot to get a fishing rod. We have arrived to the lake. To fish, get out your fishing rod and click when the green dot hits the white dot. You will get a mini game. You must click all 10 fishes to get some fishies. Now let's head over here to this area. This is the area where you place and gut your fish. Simply take out your fish and press Place Fish. You will chop off the head, move the fish, gut fish open, remove bones, and then close the fish. Once you finish, you cannot do anything else nor eat it. Simply keep it or throw it away. Our final thing for the tour, which is the best part for our beautiful. Everyone meet Greta. You can give her cupcakes for a special gift. The special gift is manure. You can pick it up. This can be used for fertilizer. Just go back to the garden and press the button Store Fertilizer. Thank you, Greta. May we meet again. This is now the end of the tour. Thank you, darlings, for watching my video. Once I finish editing and upload this video, I will return back to the sanatorium to actually help out my siblings. Say bye to the camera, sibling.
Bye. Side-eye. Runs away.